They tried to fine me 14 grand for living in my own house, and I'm not even part of their damn HOA. 3 of them showed up in matching navy blazers, clipboard in hand, demanding to inspect my space usage like I was squatting in some motel they owned. 1 month later, their entire board was facing felony charges, their HOA collapsed, and the president lost everything, including his lake house, all because they messed with the wrong man and the wrong house. Now, let me back up a bit. My name's Eli Weston. I live at 19 Lexington Rise, old cedar and stone house my dad built, handed down from my granddad. It sits right at the edge of this shiny new development called Lexington Ridge, full of vinyl siding, solar panels, and people who think an HOA makes them royalty. I'm not part of it. Never signed anything. My property's on a separate deed, outside their fancy little plat map. So you can imagine my surprise when I find a bright red envelope on my kitchen counter. Notice of non-compliance. Says I owe $14,000 in fines for only occupying 30% of my home and refusing to lease the rest to the HOA for community purposes. What the hell does that even mean? Lease my house to them. I live here alone, in peace. Always have. I figured it was some clerical mistake, a misunderstanding. Then came the knock. Merritt J. Claiborne, yep, with the J. Always includes the damn initial like it's a law degree. Standing at my door with 2 other board members, matching blazers, shiny loafers, a clipboard with checkboxes. We're here to conduct a mandatory space utilization inspection, he says, tapping his foot on my threshold like it's already his. I looked him dead in the eye and said, "You're intruding." Then I shut the door. That should have been the end of it, but HOA people don't like no for an answer. Next week, the fines doubled. Neon flyers on my windshield at the store, sticky notes on my mailbox. They even tried sending me sample lease agreements. One came with a bundt cake from some sweet old neighbor. Almost made me laugh. Until the pink paper arrived. An injunction filed with the county court. Merritt claimed emergency rights to force an inspection. Said the HOA had implied annexation authority. That word, implied, set off alarm bells. They were reaching hard. So I stayed up that night, digging through my dad's old deed books. And what I found. A map from 1921 clearly showing Madison Rise, my road, was originally a private driveway, never legally adopted into the subdivision. The plat line ends 26 feet before my east fence. My parcel's separate, fully sovereign. My dad even left notes in the margins confirming it. But that wasn't enough. Merritt didn't care about truth. He wanted control. And control like that usually comes with a motive. That's when I called Lydia. Lydia Tran, forensic accountant, brain like a lockpick. We'd worked together before. She owed me breakfast. Over honey tea, I had her pull Bluff Ridge's public filings. She laughed halfway through her second sip. Only $5,000 out of $250,000 actually goes to vendors, she says. Where the hell's the rest? Shell companies, phantom contractors, kickbacks, and the kicker, they'd used my property, without my knowledge, as collateral for a private balloon loan. Fraud, plain and simple. So I baited the trap. I emailed Merritt, copying the board. Let's meet at my home to discuss a resolution. Feel free to bring your inspection team. He bit, said they'd be there in 4 weeks. Perfect. During that month, Lydia and I built a dossier thick enough to stop a truck. Every shady minute, every falsified vote, every wire transfer to Merritt's cousin's maintenance firm. Even pulled title records showing they'd mortgaged my house illegally. I installed security cameras, hired a court reporter. Oh, and we made one more call to the assistant DA. Inspection day felt like theater. Merritt showed up in full costume, navy blazer, smug face, 2 fake deputies at his side, but I had backup too. Carla Espinosa, assistant DA, standing calm and ready. She let him start his little monologue. We're enforcing our rights under the covenant. and then cut him off. Your association, she said, has no jurisdiction here. And Mr. Claiborne, you are not under arrest yet, but you should know this morning at 7 a.m., we executed warrants at your HOA offices. The color drained from his face. The deputy handed him a folder. Conspiracy, false liens, forgery, wire fraud. His hand shook so hard he dropped it. One board member fainted on my rug. The other tried to make a phone call. Cops seized his phone. Cameras caught everything. And when the news vans rolled in and Merritt was led to an unmarked sedan, neighbors stood on porches like it was the 4th of July. In less than 2 days, HOA accounts were frozen, lawn lights shut off, sprinklers died. Emergency meeting was held in the elementary school gym. Some Air Force retiree stood up and shouted, "Disband the whole damn thing!" The crowd roared. They voted right then and there. Gone. Merritt pled out. 15 years, lost his lake house, ordered restitution 3 times the stolen amount. The HOA got dissolved, and I got awarded 10 times the fine they tried to squeeze out of me, plus damages for slander of title. And me? I still only live in 30% of my house. The rest, quiet, empty. But every creak in the hallway reminds me, they tried to own something that was never theirs. So, was it justice or just sweet revenge?